Fall freeze, early snow, and bone-chilling temperatures. The freeze dipping down into the south. Is the cold here for good? Race for the White House. Donald Trump claiming he could have prevented the 9/11 terror attacks. And Vice President Joe Biden telling supporters he has a plan to win. Danger zone. A high school student collapsing during a game. He's the 6th football player to lose his life this season. Are these kids playing too hard? Stopping the attack. The Army veteran who saved 16 children in this library from a man who barged in armed with knives. And cliff diver. A mountain biker takes a nosedive off a cliff. The helmet cam showing the terrifying moments. What's more amazing? How he got off the mountain.
This is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas. For much of the country tonight, a stark warning that winter is near. Take a look at the snow falling in upper Michigan at least 2 weeks earlier than usual. And in northern New York State, snow collecting on this backyard deck, 9 inches so far. Nearby, another backyard buried under the snow, that patio umbrella bending down to it. Tomorrow, for millions, it's going to be a very cold beginning to the work week. ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano starting us off tonight.
Across upstate New York, a blast of winter, bringing dangerous conditions along with it. More than 50 accidents in Syracuse, blamed in part on icy roads. Up to 9 inches of snow in some communities. And look at how fast the weather changed. Just north of Syracuse, this is what it looked like here last week. But today,
I woke up this morning and I thought it was Christmas.
Enough for 3-year-old Liana Areola to build her first snowman. Her mom telling us,
I have not seen the snow this early in a long time.
That cold extending to Michigan. Temps in the mid-30s for these marathon runners in Grand Rapids. In northern Michigan, nearly a half foot of snow and a fall wetting with a cold taste of winter. In Southern California, a winter El Nino preview has Antelope Valley residents cleaning up from Thursday's mudslides.
Everything on the first floor, I'd say 98% of it is. Very little we can recover.
Neighbors coming together as most don't have flood insurance.
You just got to think about what you can do this hour, this moment, this day, and then move on from there.
Harsh conditions and a rude winter awakening really on both coasts. As far as El Nino in Southern California, you're probably going to see more of that, Tom, going through this winter if the typical El Nino holds up.
And Rob, we've been hearing a lot about El Nino from you, but what does that mean for the rest of the country this winter?
Big implications. So we basically juice that southern jet stream while Southern California is expected to get some heavy rain. But the southeast should also be on the wet side. After a couple of harsh winters, potentially the northern tier could see a milder winter than average. They would certainly like that. As far as the near term, it's going to be cold in the morning. Some areas are going to see sub-freezing temperatures. Boston, if you get to 32 degrees, you haven't seen that this early in a long, long time. But the good news is we will warm up dramatically into the 60s, maybe even 70s by Tuesday and Wednesday, Tom. All
right, we look forward to Tuesday then. Okay, Rob, thank you so much. Thunder on the road to the White House tonight. Donald Trump first seeming to blame President Bush for the 9/11 attacks, and now Trump saying he could have prevented them. While on the Democratic side, Vice President Joe Biden revealing to some supporters he's got a plan to win. ABC's Devin Dwyer is at the White House tonight.
A blame game over the nation's deadliest terror attack. Tonight, Donald Trump suggesting he could have stopped the 9/11 hijackers.
If I were running things, I doubt that those people would have been in the country.
A bold claim challenged swiftly by Jeb Bush. In a new campaign video mocking Trump and his ability to be commander-in-chief.
He's an actor playing a role of a candidate for president, not boning up on the issues.
Bush on the attack as he struggles in the polls, angered by Trump's suggestion that former President George W. Bush is responsible for 9/11.
I'm not blaming George Bush, but I don't want Jeb Bush to say, my brother kept us safe.
Meanwhile, Vice President Joe Biden nearing a decision on a 2016 campaign. Perhaps the biggest sign he'll run? Biden calling the president of the nation's powerful firefighters union. The president of the union telling ABC News they discussed in detail a planned campaign strategy. Tonight, Biden holed up inside his Delaware compound after telling a New York City audience of the grief over his son's death.
As my son Bo used to say, just keep moving forward.
His potential rivals are pushing forward on the campaign trail and lampooned on Saturday Night Live.
I own one pair of underwear. That's it. Some of these billionaires, they got 3, 4 pairs.
Larry David stealing the show there as Bernie Sanders. A little humor ahead of a big week for Democrats. Hillary Clinton set to testify before House Republicans on the Benghazi attacks. Tom?
Could be one of the biggest weeks this campaign season. Okay, Devin, thank you. Tonight, an international manhunt underway, and Mexican officials say they are closing in on the notorious drug lord known as El Chapo. He was last seen the day he escaped from a maximum security prison last summer. Now security forces say they've tracked him to the mountains where he is hiding, and they now believe that he is injured. ABC's Gio Benitez has the details.
Tonight, Mexican authorities confirming Joaquin El Chapo Guzman barely escaped an immense military operation near the Sinaloa Mountains, where El Chapo has his infamous cartel. The Mexican government says the kingpin suffered injuries to his leg and face during that operation. Residents in this village describing an all-out siege. This woman showing where she hid as bullets ripped through her home during a firefight. It's the closest law enforcement has apparently come to recapturing El Chapo since his brazen prison break. ABC News was the first American media inside the Altiplano maximum security prison.
There's that surveillance camera.
The surveillance camera, just released for the first time this week with audio, captures El Chapo removing his ankle monitor. He disappears into the shower.
He just ducks and goes right into that hole.
All right, we're inside the El Chapo tunnel.
The freshly dug 1-mile-long tunnel. These are the stairs he uses to climb to freedom.
And here it is. This is the house where he just walked into and disappeared.
Guzman's Sinaloa cartel, the largest drug trafficker in the U.S., is believed to be responsible for thousands of deaths in this country. U.S. officials now offering a $5 million reward for information leading to the capture of the elusive El Chapo. Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
Turning to the Middle East tonight, there's a new physical barrier between Israelis and Palestinians following another day of deadly violence. Israeli police put up this 15-foot wall blocking the entrance to an Arab neighborhood in Jerusalem, a very visible sign of the tensions between these two groups. ABC's Alex Marquardt reporting in from Jerusalem tonight.
Gunfire tonight at a crowded bus station in southern Israel. An armed Palestinian killing one Israeli and wounding nearly a dozen. A foreign bystander was also mistakenly shot and brutally beaten. It's the latest in 2 deadly weeks of lone wolf attacks and growing clashes, which Israel accuses Palestinian leaders of inciting. This has become a daily scene almost in the West Bank. Palestinians say it's motivated by Israeli infringement at the Holy Al-Aqsa Mosque and young anger erupting over Israel's occupation. In Jerusalem, the city that Israel calls its undivided capital, tonight the divisions, physical and emotional, are growing between its residents. This wall went up just a short time ago here in this Palestinian neighborhood, adding to the roadblocks that already surround it. Measures that the Israeli police tell us are necessary to try to stop this wave of attacks, but which also fuel the Palestinian frustration and anger. As Israeli residents worry about the next attack, many Palestinians now show their IDs to leave their neighborhoods. Stop and frisk is on the rise. The violence also boiling over to biblical sites. Joseph's tomb in the West Bank, which is revered by Jews, was torched by Palestinians. With neither side taking steps to ease the tension here, Secretary of State John Kerry is now getting involved, due to meet this week with the Israeli Prime Minister on Thursday and then with the Palestinian president a few days later. Tom?
Alex Marquardt for us tonight. Alex, thank you. Back here in the States, a real-life horror show in Florida. A colorful festival turning into a nightmare in the blink of an eye, with bullets flying, leaving 1 person dead and 5 others wounded. Tonight, with the gunman still at large, witnesses are urged to step forward. ABC's Philip Mena has the latest.
Oh my God! Chaos in the streets of downtown Fort Myers, Florida. Thousands of people running for cover Saturday night after gunfire rings out at the annual ZombieCon festival.
4 or 5 shots at the same time and go pa 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 pa.
Everybody's running down Broadway. Everybody's running.
The ghoulish costumes, complete with fake blood, only adding to the confusion.
We didn't know if it was real or fake, so we kind of ran, and then we were like, wait, was that real? And we went back. People were screaming, no, it was fake.
5 people injured in the shooting. 1 man shot dead.
We saw a guy, he was laying on the ground. He was obviously already passed.
20-year-old Tyrell Taylor, a football player at a local junior college, killed. Tonight, investigators searching for his killer are also hoping the public can provide more clues. Philip Mena, ABC News, New York.
And out of Texas tonight, a story we are reporting more and more lately, another Friday Night Lights tragedy. A high school football player collapsing during a game. 16-year-old Cameron Matthews is the latest to lose his life. ABC's Ron Claiborne on the investigation into his death and into what might be done to prevent other football injuries.
In tribute and in grief, family and friends, classmates and teammates circled the football field where Cameron Matthews collapsed moments after telling the coach he didn't feel right. He was airlifted to a nearby hospital. He died the next day.
So many people gathering here at it's very fitting here at the football stadium where he spent so much of his time.
But just weeks into the fall football season, Matthews is now the 6th player to die, although it is not yet confirmed that his death is football related. Since 2005, the deaths of 36 high school football players have been attributed to on-field injuries. 2 weeks ago, 17-year-old Kenny Bui died just days after sustaining a head injury in a game in Seattle. An autopsy concluded he died of blunt force trauma. Catastrophic head injuries occur much more frequently at the high school level. One theory why: few high schools have the sideline medical staff that college and pro teams do.
They're still not getting the same medical care that the average college player is getting.
With 2 more months of high school football to play, tonight the concern, the likelihood there will only be more injuries. Ron Claiborne, ABC News, New York.
Police in Sacramento are looking for 2 men who attacked French train hero Spencer Stone. They released these sketches based on surveillance video from that night 10 days ago. You see the video there when Spencer was stabbed several times and critically injured. The assailants escaped in a car. Stone, you see him, was released from the hospital on Thursday. Tomorrow, flying a drone could get a little harder. The government is set to announce new regulations that could include drones used by hobbyists. Word is everyone may soon have to register them, including the tens of thousands of shoppers expected to buy one this holiday season. ABC's Aditi Roy on what's behind the move and what you might expect.
Tonight, the FAA is set to unveil new rules for drone owners across the country, requiring those operating the gadgets to register their devices. The registry, just the latest move to regulate an exploding market in unmanned aircraft. Some of those drones posing real danger in the air and on the ground.
It's just going to be inevitable. Somebody's going to fly their drone into a passenger airplane, and we're going to lose an airplane sometime.
From close calls with commercial jets to whizzing drones forcing no-fly zones for firefighters out west. The rest of us on the ground, on guard too. Just last month, drones crashed in New York and California. An estimated 500,000 drones already in the air. And now those skies are about to get a whole lot buzzier. Another 750,000 drones are expected to be sold this Christmas.
Those new rules on drones like this one could be in place by Christmas. Details of part of the government's plan will be announced tomorrow. Tom?
All right, Aditi, thank you so much. We have much more ahead on World News tonight. And up next, the 75-year-old Army vet who saved the lives of 16 terrified children inside a public library. What he's telling us tonight about how he stopped what could have been a massacre. And on sale now at a drugstore near you, the little pink pill that some women are saying changed their lives and saved their marriages. Stay with us.
ABC World News Tonight, brought to you by Cialis.
When a moment spontaneously turns romantic, why pause to take a pill? And why stop what you're doing to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is the only daily tablet approved to treat erectile dysfunction, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right. Plus, Cialis treats the frustrating urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use. Insurance coverage has expanded nationally, and you may now be covered. Contact your health plan for the latest.